my name is Riya. I am a general manager for the Burnaby team, and I'm going to be talking about how I lead a successful sales team as a young woman in business. I applied to the acquisition group as I had one of my friends working at the company at the time, and he was very successful. 3 months into the business, he bought a BMW, and as someone at university, I was very impressed. And I always heard amazing things about the office, about the culture, about the job, about the role, and just being able to see someone be part-time and being able to financially support themselves was something that was a big driving force for me to apply to the acquisition group. I remember my first day when I walked into the office. If I was to be very honest with you, I was quite intimidated. And as someone that does not know anything about sales, it was definitely a very interesting pivot for me. I think what made me stay was the people, was the culture, and just to be able to see a female being able to lead a team so fiercely is one of the biggest motivations for myself. And today being able to say that I lead the same team with her is definitely a full circle moment for me to be able to think of how far I've come. Stepping into leadership at a young age definitely comes with its own set of challenges. But what I've learned is that leadership isn't about age, it's about your ability to bring out the best in people, your confidence, as well as your vision. This journey has been particularly special to me because I transitioned a full 180 from law school to sales, and I actually joined the acquisition group 6 years ago. People come into sales with very little to no experience. It is very rewarding to see someone going from entry-level sales with no sales background all the way to a leadership position. What makes the acquisition group so special is we do promote based off of performance, not based off of seniority, and that's what actually gave me the platform to be able to transition into a leader as someone with no experience leading a team or having a background in sales before. My journey from entry-level sales transitioning to a business leader has been one that is very special. You know, the role that I joined, which is entry-level sales, doesn't teach you just how to be a salesperson, but it really does teach you how to be a leader. And what I look for today in people is not for you to be the best salesperson, it's for you to be the best leader. I think it's very empowering as a young woman to be able to lead a large team. It's definitely got to be something that's out of your comfort zone, and I think what makes the acquisition group so special is there's a lot of strong female leaders in the business. There's always people that you can communicate, people that have different experience and people that bring different things to the table. So there is a very strong support system, which definitely helps anyone be very successful in the business. Being successful in sales is also about creating a high-performing culture to make sure that the top performers are celebrated, to make sure all of our wins are celebrated, but also to make sure that you're also able to have tough conversations when needed. Some of my fears that I had stepping into business as a young woman were definitely to be overseen. I think what has definitely made me or helped me be successful is having a great work ethic, being able to own my authority, being able to have tough conversations, and understand that in sales we speak the language of numbers. So being able to know exactly what's contributing to tough days and exactly what's contributing to amazing days and weeks, and just having conversations to be able to hold people accountable. One of the biggest superpowers I would say that I have in business, and all women have, is emotional intelligence. Just being able to be resilient as well, because not every single day is going to be sunshine and rainbows and great, but you've got to be able to face all of these challenges head on. Emotional intelligence comes with, making your team feel very supported, and just providing that extra level of care to make sure you're bringing out the best in every single individual on your team. My advice to young women, I would say, don't be afraid to step into something that's very much out of your comfort zone, sales being that exact place for me. As someone that's coming in from a background in law, there is so much for everyone to learn. Walk around with confidence, own the room, and there is so much support. There's so many people that are going to support you in sales or in any business that you choose to pursue. One of the most important lessons that leadership has taught me is patience. It's resilience, and it's very important to remember that as a leader, you are the standard. you need to know what you bring to the table, and leadership is particularly very rewarding because you get to see people transition from entry-level sales all the way to a manager's or a sales manager position, which is very, very rewarding. And I think what's so important as a leader is to be able to invest in people, and your team is your strongest asset. That's your biggest asset. So you want to make sure that cultivating a culture where everyone feels included, where everyone feels welcome, and everyone knows exactly what they bring to the table. When it comes to sales, it's not a one-size-fits-all approach, and it's never about being perfect, but it's about always showing up consistently, doing the right thing, and then celebrating the results after, because the results are just a mix of having a great work ethic, showing up every single day and just toughing it out, because you are going to have challenges, but know that there's all the right people here to support you, and know that sales is about enjoying the journey more than anything. If I were to think back to the most fun I've had at work, it was definitely a trip where we went to Toronto to pilot a product. What made this trip so special is because we were launching smart home security on the East Coast, which was a new product. So if I think about it from a sales perspective, it was an entirely different product, an entirely different market of people we got to talk to. But if I'm to think about it from a personal perspective, it was very rewarding to be able to be recognized for my work on the trip, and to be able to explore obviously a different side of the country. And I think that's something that makes this very different, is the people, and it's definitely very community based, which makes it fun, and work doesn't seem like work. As someone that has transitioned from law school to sales full time, I would say it's been a very, very rewarding experience, or a very rewarding journey. If I'm to think about the Riya 6 years ago, the me today is very confident, is very outspoken, and that's something that I'm very proud of myself for. And I encourage all women to step into their power, because your power is right outside of your comfort zone, and you never know what any opportunity holds for you. So I'm very lucky, I'm very blessed to be able to have a community of women that are so supportive, and everyone wants the best for you. One of the leaders that has inspired me in the business, there are several, and I can go on and on about this, but if I were to name a few off the top of my head, at the top of the list would definitely be Katrina. She's someone that I've looked up to since the moment I met her, because it's incredible to see the power that women in the business hold, and to be able to inspire that same level of confidence in a lot of people. She went from entry-level sales all the way to upper management in the company, is something that is very, very inspiring, and something that that has driven me through tough days as a sales manager. The second person, if I was to name one that has inspired me, would be Doina, because that's the person that conducted my final interview. She's worked with me very, very closely over the past 6 years to be able to change the way I look at sales, but also to be able to make us feel that we have the same vision when it comes to working from the same team. And I think I would say that I'm very, very lucky to be able to have such powerful women in the business to be able to look up to and work closely with. One of my goals for the future would definitely be grow in a position where I'm able to inspire a lot more women. Sales being a very male-dominated industry, I think it would be so powerful for more women to be part of the bigger picture in sales. I think one of my biggest goals would be to grow in a position where I'm also able to inspire, or I'm able to support women in the way they need to be, and to be able to bring out the best in people. Thank you so much for watching the video. Feel free to share if you know any powerful women that would be inspired, or anyone that would be inspired from listening to my story. Leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much.